Hey guys, Break here and welcome back to the second episode in my How to Make a Million Gold in WoW series. Lots of you seemed excited about this series, which I was very pleased about, so thanks to everyone for watching the last episode. Now I've been doing a few things since last time. First of all, I made a sniping character. So for those of you who don't know what sniping is, I've done lots of videos on Tsm Sniping. There's loads and loads of videos on it, but basically it's just an add-on TSM, and part of it lets you scan the auction house for the latest posted items, and if something's really cheap you can buy it out and hopefully relist it for more gold. This is a great thing to do if you are AFK, just doing something else on your computer. If you've got a second screen, you can just run Sniper on your other screen. If something pops up, it'll pop up and make a noise, and then if it's something good you can buy it out and we'll relist it for more. So hopefully we'll get some good deals. I'm just going to run this guy when I'm not doing something else, just when I'm working at my computer or something. I can run this guy and hopefully it'll help us get a bit more gold. In fact, just as I finish recording that, look what pops up. A 840 101 BOE for 3,000 gold. Now usually I would actually buy this item because for a 101 BOE it's a pretty good 3k. However, if you go and search a bit further, look, there's another 840 with a socket for 11k. So I'd have to sell it for less than 11, probably like 9 or 8k. So maybe I could sell this for 8 or 9k and I'd get, a slight profit, but it could also take a fair while to sell. And at the moment, gold is pretty precious to me, so I'm probably not going to buy this out. Like I say, usually I would, but on this server, when I've hardly got any gold, had to send 25k over to my sniping character, so I only want some really good deals, and this one's just a slightly good deal, so I probably won't bother with it. Anyway, here we are back on my main character. We're currently at 90k gold. A few more things sold on the auction house. We've still got a couple of ghost iron bars left. Hopefully they will sell and it'll get us up back to 100k with the 25 on my bank alt, and that was mostly all from the farming we did last episode. And I crafted a couple of things. I've been doing a lot of world quests as well, a few dungeons and all that, just getting things up. Anyway, as we did at the end of last week's episode, I got enchanting and inscription and did all the quests for them. However, I am very low. Look, I'm only level 38 enchanting and I'm only level 1 inscription, so I need to get those levels up. Why is that? Mostly because you can unlock so many different things. For inscription you can unlock other glyphs and other cool stuff. And for enchanting, you can unlock some of the old world stuff, particularly the Tome of Illusions, which is a great selling old world enchant, and it's the stuff that I really want to get. So what I need to do is try and level up enchanting and inscription cheaply as possible. Now a very simple way to do this for enchanting is with Lay Shatter. You go up a level every time you shatter, and it just costs 1 Leylight shard and it goes to 3 Arcanar. And usually you can actually make your gold back on this. On my server I lose about 2 gold per one. So if I was to do this say 700 times, I'd lose 1,400 gold. Now to level from 38 to 700 and just like 1,400 gold or whatever it is, that's really good. So I think I actually will go and do that. It's a bit of initial investment, but I'll make most of that gold back, and I'll be able to unlock all the other things that I need for enchanting. Now a great way to level up with inscription and actually make gold is with Tome of the Tranquil Mind. So on my server, Tome of the Tranquil Mind, salad pigments are 70 gold, but actually how much they cost to mill is 48 gold, and Tome of Tranquil Mind 70 gold. I could probably sell them in stacks of 5 and 10 for even more than that. So we're likely going to be making between 20 and 30 gold per Tranquil Mind. So, if I make 700 of these, then that's 20,000 gold. And it's even better because when you mass mill Felwort, you can also get some roseate pigments. So the profits that are showing up on my TSM are actually going to be even better when you take into account that. So this is going to be a pretty profitable thing to do. Because gold making, guys, is always squeezing the tiniest profits out of every little thing you can do, cutting down the costs on everything you can do to make it as profitable as possible, particularly if you're on a pretty high pop server like this one, there's a lot of people trying to make gold, so you need to try and get ahead of them because the margins are going to be smaller, doing little things. So that mass milling of the Felwart's obviously a good one. This is another one. Now often the prices of the stacks are different. Now I know a lot of people have made a ton of gold this expansion selling stacks of 100 Tome of Tranquil Mines, or even 200 like this guy here. You see the stack of 200 is posted at 76 gold, and the stacks of 10 are posted at 70 gold. Not that much difference, but still it's like 6 gold per tome, and for 200 that's over 1,000 gold. And I bet you guys this stack of 200 will sell before some of these. The reason being is some people are just very lazy. They can't be bothered to press 8 times in this and 10 times in this and then 1 time on that 20 to get to 200. They prefer to just scroll down a bit and buy out this stack. If you're asking who buys stacks of 200 tomes, a few people, certain players, and particularly guild masters. It often happens. I probably wouldn't post in stacks of 200, but I would post in stacks of 20, 50 and 100, and that's what we'll be doing later on. But as you can see guys, all of these small things we're doing are just eking out bits of profit, and that's going to be really, really useful for us in the long term. So to start off with, I'm actually going to buy 200 Felwart, and we'll see how many roseate and sallow pigments we can get, and see how much profit we can get. Okay, so we actually just bought 306 Felwart for 31,000 gold, around about that. I'm going to put the pigments I already have in the bank so they don't skew our results. And now we're going to mill all of this Felwart and we'll see what kind of profit we can get out of it. So just done, and everything's worked out the way it should do. I think I got my words mixed up earlier. What I meant to say was to get 1 sallow pigment you need 0.45 Felwart. That's what the sum is. So that's it. So basically for every 1 Felwart you get basically 2 sallow pigments. So we got around 300 Felwart, just over, and we got just over 600 pigments. And again, we spent 31k. The price of all these pigments is so 45k for the sallow pigments, and then another 1k for the roseates. So 46k overall from 31k spent. Basically made 50% profit, which is really, really nice. That's the easiest 50% profit I've ever made. And obviously we can just convert these sallow pigments straight into Tome of Tranquil Mines. Only costs 1 light parchment, which is like 1 copper or 3 copper or something. So yeah, really nice bit of profit. We just made the easiest 15k ever. So I'm going to go AFK whilst I'm crafting all of these. It's also a great way to level up, as I was saying earlier, so we can now level up our inscription and hopefully learn some new recipes. Alright, we will post these up and we'll make a nice bit of profit. Also got to 636 inscription, which is not bad at all. Okay guys, the next plan of action is to actually make another character. So 2 crafting professions is good, but what's even better is 3 crafting professions. So what we're going to do is make a demon hunter, because once you've got 110 on a server, you can just make a demon hunter, so that's pretty cool. They start at 98, it's a lot less leveling. And I'm just going to kind of passively level this guy, mostly through the demon invasions, and hopefully he'll be up in a few days, and we'll just get more professions going, because, you know, again guys, we want to expand, we want to do this quickly. So I'm going to make this guy, I'm going to start leveling through the demon invasions. Obviously we've got to get to 100 first through the starting area, and hopefully we can make some more gold with this guy. I don't know what professions to get on him. I'll probably get a crafting profession like tailoring, and I think I will get maybe engineering or something. I'm not sure. We'll see when I get there. Literally just created a night elf. I'm so used to being alliance, so blood elf, that's what we're doing, not night elf. Okay guys, so it is a bit later on in the day, and we have sold most of our stuff. So the ghost iron bars finally sold, and most of the Tome of Tranquil Mines finally sold. So this is good, and should actually take us up to over 100k on this character for the first time. Just about, maybe, there we go, 105k. We obviously have the gold that we sent over to our sniping character as well. So we've got nicely over 100k right now, and If we look here, a few Tome of the Tranquil Mines still there, but most of it sold. I actually sold quite a few. If you look down here in stacks of 100, there's one stack of 100, there's another. So the stacks of 100 worked, and the rest I sold in stacks of 20. So 120 definitely work. Maybe I'll try a stack of 200 as well. So what I'm going to do now is the same again, because guys, if something works with gold making and it's easy to do, such as this was, then just do the same again. You're going to make gold, rinse and repeat. That's all you got to do. So there's actually not that much cheap fellwort on the auction house. I'm only going to buy the ones that are around 100 gold and less. The rest I'm not going to bother with. But at least we can make a few Tome of Tranquil Mines and also level up Inscription a little bit more. Okay guys, so we made 130 Tsm Tranquil Mines, which we put up on the auction house. Also got to 752 Inscription, so we're almost max Inscription, which is good. We can learn all of the old world recipes. And I did keep back a bit of Rosier and Sallow Pigment, so we can do some glyph making later. I've also just gone and bought out a load of Leylight shards for around 30 gold each. We lose no gold because we're just going to do the Ley Shatter, which is cool. So we're going to change Leylight shards into Arcanar, and it's just going to be a good way for us to level our enchanting without us costing anything, and that way we can learn the old world enchants as well. Well, there we go. We got to like 600 enchanting, which is pretty nice. Not quite at the level I want to get at, but when there's some cheaper Leylights, I'll go buy them up and we'll finally get to max level enchanting. I'm going to put most of these back onto the auction house, but I'll keep a couple just for some crafting and everything else. Okay, so I learnt the recipes, and it's quite interesting when you first start on a server to see the prices and everything and hope that things are good. So as I thought, Tome of Illusions sells pretty good, particularly Northrend and Outland at the moment. Now I haven't been able to get Draenor yet, I'm not high enough enchanting, and I also need to get the Therazane and the Shadowpan. Shadowpan you need to get, it's like revered, so I can't really be bothered to do that. The Therazane one, I don't know if you need reputation, maybe you do, maybe you don't, and we'll have a look at that. But yes, tomorrow is reset day, so that means a lot more things will be selling. So we'll craft a ton of items tomorrow and we'll try and sell them throughout the day. That's my plan anyway, because I feel we can get a nice bit of gold from that, and we'll sell even more Tome of Tranquil Mines and all that. And in fact, before I go to bed, I think I'll just craft a few things now, a few glyphs, a few old enchants, put them up in the auction house, and we'll see if we can get some sales tomorrow. Don't know if you guys saw Hikon's video about this glyph that you can get as a shaman. He's been selling them for 25k each throughout the whole expansion, and he recently did a video of it, and now the glyphs really crumbled in price, but that's pretty cool. Very interesting video you guys should check out. Other than glyphs, we'll also create a few old world things like I said, so we'll create a few of the shoulder enchants. Now these guys sell pretty good if you look at their sale rate. We will also make a couple of old world inscriptions, so we're going to make my Key to the Plains again. It's such a quick transmog seller. It's like one of the fastest selling transmog, and it makes so much profit. So we'll definitely do that. And I'm actually going to make some of the better, more profitable Tome of Illusions. So that's probably going to be it for this day, and tomorrow morning we will look and see what we sell. But yeah, I'm excited guys, because we're finally actually crafting things and putting them on the auction house. It's starting to feel like a proper gold making thing for me, rather than just doing a bit of random farming and then seeing what we're getting. I'm actually finally getting something that's kind of exciting, and hopefully we'll make a pretty decent amount of profit from this. None of them are super fast sellers, so we might have to wait a bit of time, but it's all about just getting stuff on the auction house guys. You can't make gold unless you've got stuff on the auction house, so the quicker you can get a nice bit of stock on the auction house, the better. Okay guys, so it's now the next day again, and we've had a few sales. So a load of my Tome of Tranquil Mines sold again in stacks of 50 and stacks of 100. I also found some more cheap Leylight shards to get my enchanting up to over 700. I then had to teleport to Draenor. You don't get given the garrison anymore, which is a bit strange. You have to do all the setup yourself. Anyway, I just got a mage to portal me to Warspear, and I purchased myself the new Tome of Illusion, the Draenor one. And look at the profits you can make on this, over 6k, which is crazy. So I think we'll craft a couple of these to put up as well as another Northrend and Cataclysm, because they sold already. We'll probably make ourselves an Azeroth as well. So yes, I will craft a couple of these. As I was saying as well, I can't get Tome of Illusion, the Shadowpan one, because I need Revered with Shadowpan. And I cannot get the Elemental Lords one, because to turn in the quest, you need Revered with the Elemental Lords. Or Therazane, that is. To make ourselves Tome of Illusion Northrend, you need 4 Eternal Waters. And on my server, they are like 800 gold, which is ridiculous. However, some Crystallized Waters are for nothing, so I can turn these into 1 already and save myself some gold. In fact, I could flip that, but I don't want to. I want to craft it. There is another really useful flip you can do with Eternals. You just go to Old Dalaran, speak to this mage guy, and you can change any frozen orb, which you can just buy off the auction house or get from anywhere, and you can swap it for Eternals. So the frozen orbs are like 100 gold. Eternal Water is 800 gold, so it's 700 gold per one. Now again, I could just flip this, but I'm going to be using this to make myself the Tome of Illusion Draenor, or Northrend, or whatever it is. But yeah, just made myself 7k, just like that. So there we go, made a couple more Tome of Illusions for Cataclysm, Draenor, Northrend, and hopefully Azeroth if I can get some Essence of Water. They didn't quite have enough. And yeah, it's a shame the current world enchants aren't selling for a profit. I guess that's to be expected since I've only got rank 1 and 2s. But I'm just going to keep testing out the market, making loads of stuff, including old world stuff, seeing how quick it sells, seeing how well it sells, and we'll just keep doing more of whatever works. In other news, my Demon Hunter is now level 107. I've been doing a fair bit of leveling. In fact, we're almost level 108, and a new invasion's coming in 2 hours. So by the next episode of this challenge, we will be 110 on the Demon Hunter. I've done quite a bit of leveling, but it's pretty easy to level the Demon Hunters because they get so much XP from the first opening zone, which gets you to like 101 easily. And then when you do a couple of invasions as well, they get you over a level with heirlooms, so it's pretty easy to level up a Demon Hunter. And yeah, it's exciting because it means I can just get more stuff going, more markets open up to me. Like I say, I'm going to get engineering and then probably blacksmithing or tailoring or something, and we'll start crafting some stuff. I'm excited to sell some hammers for engineering, the repair hammer things. I think they sell really good. And yeah, things are looking up for this challenge. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. I'm quite excited. Like I say, we have around 70k on this character. We have the 25k that I sent over to my sniping character, and I'll probably go on that later, see if we can get any deals, maybe do some flips. And then we have a ton of stuff on the auction house, which is 81k worth of stuff on the auction house. So that's 81k. If that all sells, that'll go to 150k plus the 25k. So we're already hopefully at 175k, which is awesome. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but most of this stuff's pretty quick selling, to be honest. So I'd say we're pretty much at 170k, which is good progress. We're almost a fifth of the way there, and things only get quicker from here. I'll get into new markets next episode. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya!